Welcome to the dungeon. Not Jurassic
Oh, you're
Park.
so loud.
Yes, I am. Dougal made it ready for the D&D pick me up. Sorry if the quality's kind of bad. We're not getting the best transfer rate for whatever reason. Twitch is acting up again, of course, because it's Monday night and that's when they decide to not feed the hamsters. Yeah, because this was definitely fine earlier.
Definitely logged me out.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm extremely not surprised because something's definitely going on. So hopefully that clears up as we go on. We got almost a full house. Yeah, where you been, Dougal? Where you been? We've got a lot of fun stuff going on tonight. We got oh man. Me and Marslin are looking for donations to have dinner with the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia as they stay in character.
Please, it's very, very critical.
The cost is $10,000.
One time cost.
It would be amazing.
Per plate.
But right, but I also feel like it would be a lot like hanging out with my normal friends that I have, where everybody just rips on each other all the time. So, yeah, I hope that gets better. If not, the YouTube should look fine because we're recording locally. So, yeah. So welcome everybody. So what have you guys been up to? We've been busy. We're getting into the fall season. It's officially spooky time. Our calendar went out. Marslin literally just got back.
Yep.
So he's got some food coming because he's got to eat. Jeremy, what have you been up to, Quentin?
I've just been not on the computer. We've had a busy weekend hanging out with people.
Nice.
Or doing random side work.
That's fun. Well, I was telling you guys we went to the orchard. It's a good orchard. It was not very organized. Being in the field of work that I'm in, organization is key. And when lines just kind of like, it's obvious some of y'all didn't do well in lines in preschool.
Geometry is a bitch.
Like coloring within the lines?
That probably too. But like, common sense would say wrap around this building, not in between the main thoroughfare and cutting off the place. So... but I did get my my apple cider slushy. So, and then we've been playing a little bit of DMZ.
I'm here for that. I want to play some more of that game. That was fun.
Justin, what have you been up to? You need to put it back on.
Well, I went to the Ohio Renaissance Festival this weekend. Bought myself a new sword there, and got myself a new werewolf action figure from Furay Toys.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. So, are you going to do some LARPing or anything? I've always wanted to do that.
No. I don't like the LARPing. I've done some actual like stage steel before. I really enjoyed that. So, but yeah, LARPing, just getting hit with foam's different than getting hit with real steel. And so,
yeah. That's what the people in medieval times said. I have some swords and stuff too, as well. So I used to get them many years ago.
He does. I can attest to that. He almost cut my head off with it one day.
Yeah, almost.
Were you trying to sniff his books while
the books? The children love the books. And Oz had a goal this weekend, and he accomplished that.
That was 250 hours of Baldur's Gate 3.
A haircut.
Oh, yeah, I got a haircut as well. I squeezed that in amongst all the Baldur's Gate.
Less important than Baldur's Gate.
I mean, it had to be done. I mean, I got to pay bills, so I got to look presentable.
So don't forget our friends over at Banter and Babble. They are not having a standard show this week. They will be doing a Mario Kart night on Wednesday, a community night. So if you enjoy playing Mario Kart and you have a Switch, hop on in there. It is fun, but there are going to be a lot of shenanigans for sure. And then we don't have a beer of the week this week. Half-Ass himself has been on even more vacation. I mean, I didn't think anyone could compete with the amount of vacations that Marsland takes, but I think Half-Ass is pretty close. But
well, you did just recommend an apple cider slushy, and that's about equivalent to the beer of the week reviews.
It was delicious. It was delicious. And it was non-alcoholic. So, but if you do go to his channel, and I'll ping it here in the chat. We'll see. Great. None of that stuff's work. Oh, no, there it is. Just slow. We did do a series of videos from when I was up there recently. So the Dungeon Master's there. But we didn't do any IPAs. No IPAs. I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything? You just ready to play D&D?
Ready, Freddy.
Ready, Freddy. Great. Without further ado, let's get into the dungeon. All right, let's get some music going here. And I did check my speed test, and it is a Twitch thing. It's not me. It's green now, so we'll go from there. Stay green. Last week, the party ran away from a large worm-like creature after Oz lifted some eggs and turned himself invisible and ran shouting, "Get out, get out, get out, get out!" As they rounded the corner to leave, the worm charged through the tunnel it itself had carved. But not knowing the deeper parts of the cave, ran into a mithril vein, exploding all over the adventurers, but some of them narrowly surviving. Returning back to the academy, there's some discussions as they turn over the egg and evidence to Drisk at the academy, and then return to their home for a well-deserved rest. After some introductions are made of their other residents living in their home to Justinian, they lie down and... No, you didn't level up.
We leveled up? I missed that.
We leveled up?
I thought
And
you were finally to level 10.
that's where we meet back up with the party this evening. Marsland, starting with you. You rest in your bed. Give me a perception check. With disadvantage, you're sleeping.
In my own house?
Yep.
First roll's good. 13.
Okay. You hear a crunching sound. It slightly awakens you in that area between sleep and awake. And you're just kind of groggy.
Is that the books? Is that the crunching book?
You can hear Lomar. He's just sleeping, covered in books in the corner. When you hear...
Does this sound like it's in the same room as me?
Yep.
I'm sitting bolt upright. Hello? Who is there?
You feel faint points. Do you have dark vision? I always forget.
No, I don't.
Okay. You feel faint points of pressure, something moving on your body on top of the sheets.
On top of the sheets?
Yes.
It's real dark in the room.
Yes.
Get off of me! And I'm gonna grab it, and as I'm grabbing it, shocking, grasping it, trying to throw it off of me.
Roll it up.
23.
Roll the damage.
9.
Okay. You pick it up and immediately channel your energy, and you feel the electricity arc, and the room flashes for a moment as whatever you've picked up explodes in your hand. You feel some kind of ichor like in your hand, and a bit of it like splashes onto your face even. You hear a...
Oh, I don't like this.
And you feel the pressure kind of that's on top of the blanket receding a bit down your leg, away from you now.
I'm jumping out of bed. Man, I really need to get some sort of light spell. Holy crap. I've really failed at that.
I bet if you ignite one of those books.
Nope.
Most people just have a light source in their room.
It's true.
Like a candle.
Lantern, candle.
I'm gonna light whatever light source I used in this room.
Okay, you walk over to the lantern that you've read books to many a night. You jump up and run over there, and you turn the light on, and it illuminates the room. You see Lomar. He kind of shifts a bit, but he doesn't wake up. And you see what's been harassing you. Immediately, you see ichor, green ichor, just like lining the wall where you next to your bed. It's all over your hand. It's on your face. You feel it just kind of rolling down like somebody threw slime at you.
I press the digitated off.
Okay.
Yeah, get off of me. Get off of me.
And there on the bed, you see a small baby version of the creatures you found in Old Smyrna. The 2 eggs that you had in your backpack must have hatched.
In my backpack?
Yes. Check your character sheet. It's in your inventory.
You never took them out? You just kept walking around with some eggs in your backpack?
Oh!
Well, they're not in his backpack anymore.
Yeah, they got out.
Wow, sure did forget about that.
I know. I didn't.
As the rest of the players are frantically checking their inventory to make sure there's nothing weird in there.
It's small, almost cute. You can see now as your eyes adjust to the light, small remnants of legs and antennae that were in the other one, and it's just curiously looking at you. It's kind of slowly moving up and down, turning its head from side to side, kind of studying you. You can see its small little mandibles.
So there's one surviving?
Yeah.
Is there a display jar case or some sort of glass thing or some sort of bowl or whatever in the room with me? Like something that you might
Knowing
put
you
over.
and Lomar, I would say there's some kind of jar in the room.
Okay. Gonna run over, grab something, and kind of like hesitate, looking over, and boom, put it over it.
Are you like looking at it like with?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna get down like, what are you?
It just looks at you with these, like these big black glassy eyes, and it just reaches up and puts like one leg right on the glass.
I take my finger and curiously put it where it puts its leg and see what it does.
It just holds it there against your finger.
Somebody say something. Would the jar or whatever I put over it be heavy enough to keep it in place, or does the spider big enough to move it
It's
around?
not a spider.
Okay.
I would say you don't really know how strong they are. It's hard to tell.
Okay. I'm going to get I'm going to collect books from around the room, and kind of create a cage around it, to like prevent it from scooting the jar around, and also like put some on top to keep it from lifting up at all.
Okay, so you build a makeshift little thing.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go. Is the lantern movable?
Yeah, it's normal lantern.
Then I'm going to go get pick the lantern up and bring it over by where it is, and I'm going to sit crisscross applesauce on the ground with my notebook and start sketching it.
Okay.
And studying what it does.
It's just kind of looking around. It doesn't have a lot of room to move. It's not like furiously attacking the glass or trying to knock things over. It just looks lost.
Are there any bugs or anything? Like, are there moths or ladybugs or anything, something that I can try and get inside of the jar with this spider?
Do you sleep with your window open? Remember what you say here for future references.
Okay. No, window stays shut.
Then I would say not immediately.
Okay. I'm going to go to the kitchen and grab a little like bit of bread or something that we have laying around, and then bring it back and slide it underneath.
Okay. You lift up, and as you lift it up, it kind of backs away from you just a bit, and you place the piece of bread, and it walks up to it, and it looks like it sniffs it. Doesn't want anything to do with it, though.
Would I have been able to deduce what this thing came from, or is this a great mystery?
No, I mean, you guys fought these things. You know what it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, you don't know what the species is, but you know where this came from.
I recognize it, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those are hearty eggs that was able to survive my bag.
They have to grow up in rough conditions.
Okay, I'm gonna just kind of observe it. I'm gonna spend some time observing it.
Okay.
What it does.
How long do you want to do that?
Honestly, probably till like Lamar stirs.
Okay.
Or I hear some other activity in the house.
All right. So we'll say you got half sleep in this case. Give me a Constitution check with advantage, since you are in your home.
19, 22.
That's completely fair. Okay. You're tired, but you're not exhausted.
Okay.
you watch this, you sketch it. In your book, you have like different angles of it and noted down some behaviors that you saw. Lomar eventually stirs and... Good morning, Marson. How are you? What are you doing?
Oh, Lamar, you need to check this out. Come look at this thing.
What is this? What is... Was that
it's
crawling
quite,
on me?
It's quite curious. I think I killed one of its kin in the middle of the night. It scared me. It woke me up. It was crawling over me, and look for yourself. I may have exploded it a little bit, but one of them survives, and well, I can't quite bring myself to kill it yet. Although I think that is probably what we'll do if I can make any assumption of what this will become. But look at it. It doesn't seem harmful. It seems, in fact, harmless right now.
And he walks up and he just kind of pokes it in the jar, and it skitters around a bit, but like nothing. And he looks... I do believe I saw something about this in one of our books here. And he begins digging through the books.
Oh, he does what with me?
Digging through the books. And he pulls out a rather large one, starts, Dragon, Duagar. Here, it looks like this. And he holds the book over, and you see an entry that the imagery in the book looks exactly like what you sketched out, and it just reads, "The Rust Monster."
Does it? This is very fascinating. Does it tell you any more details beyond its name?
You see, they like to eat various forms of ferrous material, and it's quite unlike other things.
It likes to eat ferrous material. Curious. I'm gonna look around for like a nail that's sticking out or something. Presumably this is an old house that needed some fixing up. It's probably got something sticking out.
Sure.
I'm gonna grab that and slide it under the jar.
It walks over, much like with the bread, and kind of sniffs it a bit, and just begins like gnawing down on it. And you see, as it does, you can almost hear a hiss and a sizzle, and the jar gets slight bits of like wisps of smoke coming up as some of that drips onto the bed, and it puts little burn marks in the bed as it continues to just consume this nail.
Oh, I assume this was on the ground. It's on my bed.
Wherever it was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would have done this like in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite fascinating. Does it say what their fully grown size is? I wonder if what we came across was a full-grown adult.
I believe the largest recorded is about 1 meter.
Oh, that's quite big indeed. That might be too big for this house.
But that takes quite some time.
How long does it take?
It looks like a few years.
Oh, so we do have some time. So we could potentially... Does it mention anything about them being able to be domesticated?
No, not at all. That would be quite improbable.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. What do you suggest we do with this critter? Should we let it into the wild?
I fully believe we should kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire? That is out of character for you, Lamar.
It seems like you have already dispatched its kin quite efficiently. I'm sure you could do it again.
I could. I kind of want the rest of the house to see it first before we send it to its untimely grave. Death by democracy.
That seems odd, but whatever you choose.
So I'm going to wait for the rest of the house to stir so that I can show them this wonderful critter before probably killing it.
Okay. You kind of scoop it into the jar and flip the jar over so it's in the jar now. and you come outside. At that point, Oz, Bishop, you're the first ones awake. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'm just sitting up in my room.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying
Bishop,
to stay invisible.
oh, you're not invisible anymore.
But that was, no, not literally.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Of course, Bren, she kind of, you came home. I had a bit of a long night.
That we did.
Let's see what you did to yourself. And she walks over there and is just looking at you. A lot of... What is some of this? You have things dried in places that shouldn't be dried in.
I may or may not have been swallowed by a giant worm.
Oh, well, gross. I may or may not have swallowed a worm in my drink last night. But possibly. How do you feel?
Everything seems normal.
Anything I can help you with, or are you good?
It seems I am fully functional. Just need to be cleaned.
Yeah, let me get some breakfast in me, and we'll see what we can do.
I just sit back in a corner.
Justinian, and you awaken.
All right, so I'm gonna set up on whatever little table there is, my mirror, put my face on for the day, and I don't imagine I'll be going and doing any adventuring right away, so I'll just stick with street clothes for the most part, and then I'll leave my sword laying on the bed and go out and see if the library is open, like the house library, not
The
library.
I mean, my bedroom.
As you come out of your room, you pretty much run into Marsland. He's carrying this jar of something. Go ahead.
Check this out. Look at this. This I found crawling on me in the middle of the night. I killed its brother, but I have saved this one for now.
It looks like a little roach of some kind.
It's kind of cute, isn't it? I'm
A little bit.
I'm not sure it deserves death, but
Why would you kill it?
oh, it grows to become a meter in size, which just seems unsustainable, if you ask me. And Lomar assures me they are not able to be domesticated, which a wild meter-large creature running around that eats metal seems bad for our party, especially considering our friend Bishop.
Did you say metal eating?
Oh, yes, it's quite cool. You must see this. Check this out. And I'm going to look around and find another nail or something.
You're just slowly disassembling the house. But you find one in a window frame and pull it out.
Look at this. And I'll, like, holding it and kind of open up the book and drop it in and then hold it out.
You just see it hissing and sizzling as it consumes the metal.
Have you ever seen such a wild beast?
No,
Who
it's
eats
fascinating. Yeah, it's fascinating, and yeah, I'm sure Bishop would be really upset if that thing started eating his armor.
Actually, I'm curious. Well, one sec. You can come along, but I must find out something. I'm gonna go upstairs to the workshop and see if I can find Bishop.
Yeah, Gwenton, Oz, you hear all this kind of commotion going on. Feel free to hop in when ready.
I follow Marcelin because he said I could come along.
Okay. Yep. You head upstairs. Bishop, you see Marslin and Justinian come around the corner.
Good morning, Bishop. Is this a known predator of yours?
I look at it.
Give me an intelligence check, Bishop. If you got a lot of history, you may have seen these before outside of your fight with them. But we'll see. Sure, they're not an uncommon creature. You've seen this in things. You know it's not great for you.
So, standing over Marslin, I'll bend down, look at the jar, tap it. Yes, we fought one of these in Old Smyrna. I have seen these before.
We did, yes. I'm slightly ashamed to say that I had left the eggs unattended in my backpack, and they hatched sporadically, and, well, here we are. Isn't that cool?
You do realize we have been to the Academy numerous times since Old Smyrna, and I thought we were going to give them the eggs.
Yes, well, nobody reminded me.
Must you be reminded of what you carry in your own inventory?
They fell deep into my bag.
So you're telling me every time you reached your hand to grab a book, you didn't notice there was an egg there?
It's a big bag. Where did you come from?
I've been here the whole time.
Don't sneak up on a man like that. It might cause me to drop this jar, and that could be great harm to Bishop.
So, why not kill it?
It's cute.
Compared to what?
I don't know, look at it. It's a fascinating creature. If we went to ground killing everything before we studied them, we would learn nothing. We would capture nothing about these creatures in the books.
Have you not met Oz before?
Oh, fine.
Fair. That's fair.
I guess. Well, yeah. Should we turn this over to the Academy?
So they can kill it?
Might help them in finding weaknesses or studying how they reproduce.
True. I think I'll do that. That is a much more preferable option than causing it to explode right here. The ichor was quite gross.
Yeah, you still got a little bit of it right there.
Oh,
You didn't get any of that in your mouth, did you?
Did I?
I would say no.
No, thankfully. All right, well, I guess I will lock this thing up and keep it safe. Yes, Oz.
What were you planning on doing by keeping it here? We would leave for a period of time and come back, and it would eat the household.
Well, Oz, there are ways of containing such beasts, and keep it locked up, of course. I wouldn't let it just run wild like we let Crow run.
I don't believe Crow is human. Boy, maybe.
Wait,
Really?
she's human?
Boyd.
She also comes from cannibals. Logic dictates we treat her the same.
So we need to find a really big jar, is what you're saying.
Oh, don't worry. It will take a while. Oh, for Crow, you mean?
Yeah.
I will put this aside for safekeeping until we next venture to the academy. I'll bring it back down to the library and
So,
similarly stack it all. Actually, what do we have? We have a bunch of like home renovation stuff in the house, right?
Yeah, I mean they're working. You have people working on the home.
Okay. I'm gonna take some planks and like make a makeshift cage around the glass jar to make sure that's not gonna go anywhere unexpectedly.
Okay. As you're walking by, Gwenton, you kind of come out of your room and you just see Marsland carrying this jar with some kind of creature in it. He just walks by you to the library.
Good morning.
Morning. I knew what the creature is, right? Like I saw it.
You've seen them before, yeah.
Okay. Did you forget you had an egg?
Well, I had it in my bag, yes, but it went unattended, maybe a bit too long.
I want to get that taken care of. I'm gonna walk down to the breakfast.
Okay.
So what does the lady in this room with me and Oz and Bishop look like?
She's human, a bit on the shorter side. She's got longer dark hair, grease all over her face. She's got like goggles on her head, like welding goggles. Usually always has like a smithy hammer in her hand or somewhere nearby.
Hello, my name's Justinian. I reach out my hand to shake hers.
Bryn! And she gives you a firm handshake.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Are you part of this adventuring party too?
Nope. I keep him working.
Fair enough. So where's a good place to go grab breakfast around here?
The kitchen. And she's kind of like squeezes past all of you. And you can smell like she kind of reeks of just hangover alcohol smell. Like she.
So she's that like 1990s mechanic that's just motor oil, Pepsi, and Marlboro Reds.
Yeah. Pretty close, yeah. It's stocked. There's pens, and I think most of you know how to cook. Bishop doesn't eat, so I just worry about myself.
All right. So I'm going to head to the kitchen then.
Okay.
Does anybody else want breakfast while I'm cooking?
I do not eat.
well, if you're offering, then I'll happily take some.
Bishop, you are really a curious man.
He's not a man.
So I'm gonna go find some like a side of bacon and some eggs.
Yeah. You
like,
find
you guys are lying to me.
There's
Just don't
Don't
question the old god's man over here. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, after I heard about ghosts and didn't see any ghosts, and yeah, I'm just like, yeah, Oz is messing with me again. And now Bishop's joined in. Yeah, Bishop's
I'm
joined
gonna catch that
in.
mofo in the act of getting out of his armor. A gnome.
So, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So you all kind of gather, have some breakfast. Lomar comes in there, introduces himself, and Bryn comes in. You all eat and ready to start your day.
I'm
Bro
going
has
to
really made a mess of the living room.
Someone asked her to set up an alarm system, so that's what she did.
Yeah, I
Just,
think
like,
they're
pricking
set
at
up
strings.
all around the house. Like I think that's what Crow had told us, is they're set up all around the house, like different windows and doors, just completely have those switches on them.
Basically, any entrance or exit, depending on how you look at it. But I'm going to take the 200 gold from the bag of holding and divvy it up so everyone gets 40. Since I was down.
This is more money than I have ever seen at one time in my life.
You didn't make very much as a guard, did you?
No. Maybe 5 gold a week.
How long were you a guard?
Only for 2 years. I'm like fresh out of primary school, and then I just went into the family business.
Of being a guard?
Yes. My father trains the entire city guard, and my mother is an investigator for the city guards. So,
What city?
Smyrna.
I was moving over this.
He's wearing the guard outfit of a Smyrna guard.
You literally stuck past him at one point in time. He wasn't a very good guard, I see. Jesting.
Smyrna, eh?
Yeah, but I didn't find guard work as rewarding as I thought I would, so I decided to come to the academy.
Sounds awful.
Well, the pay was not anywhere near this good, and being a guard, no adventuring parties really respect you.
Well, when you have run into enough city guards as we have that are mainly unhelpful.
I mean, if you were paid 5 gold a week, you'd be unhelpful too, Bishop. Well, I can see why you'd want to get out of being a guard, because that sounds awful. Just waking up and doing the same thing. You're just looking at the same old city over and over again, making sure no miscreant around.
I was quite happy waking up every morning doing the same thing over and over again.
Well, I miss being outside of a city. Let's travel a bit. Let's get out there into the wide open. It's much too confined in here.
So, have you guys formed a official adventurers guild, or are you just kind of freelancers?
Oh, what?
A guild?
You can do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can advertise your skill set, and people will actually, if you build renown, people will actually try to get a hold of you to have you do jobs. They'll pay you more money. It's very competitive
Bishop always
market.
tells me to say less, not more. This is confusing.
I have not decided if I want to hang around with these guys.
That's fair.
Well, Bishop, that's rather cold of you.
The plague.
Yeah, that did
is
sound
our
a little
priority.
heartless.
We are trying to discover a way to end the plague.
Oh, I hadn't heard anything about a plague. When I took the job to go in the hole, I did hear something about people being snuck in on ships at night here, chained up. And I was thinking about going and investigating that. Had you guys heard anything about that?
You would be aware of the plague. It's kind of everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's something that's
I
kind
was
of
about
like,
to ask for an insight check.
The only person who wouldn't know about the plague would be Crow.
that's fair. But yeah, that's just
Bro.
that's something we
Okay.
didn't talk about. So
Okay. No, fair enough. Yeah. So you guys are trying to find a way to cure the plague?
Well, we've already tracked down what some of the ingredients were, such as those worms last night. And there's also other stuff we have to go around and get. I have to apologize, but can you remind me if we heard about the people being stuck in on ships? Because that sounds really familiar.
I
Or is
cannot
this
say.
or is too close to kidnapping from your village?
Well, with him saying that, it just reminds me of the fact that they're sneaking kidnapped villagers in to perform tests on them.
Yeah, that's. I was trying to remember. I was getting wires crossed with like the whole ship to Yargish because I know that town was mentioned about where the bandits are from. So
We have reason to believe one of the district managers is working for someone, and we have some proof that she has been kidnapping individuals from my village, along with others, to run tests. But that is under another investigation that we have helped with. That's what I tell Justin and Ian.
yeah. Where did you hear about people being brought over on ships? Wonder if they're the same people or other people being kidnapped.
I heard some city guards talking about it like 2 nights ago when I started coming into town. I heard them talking about it here. That people were being brought in chains under the cover of darkness. Like,
Maybe they're just villains.
We don't know. Again, some of the city guard that we have encountered have not been the most helpful.
well, yeah, if they're anything like those 2 that were guarding the academy last night when we got there.
Not well, we know we can always count on the city guard to keep the city safe. It's like, oh, look, a boat of refugees just came in. So now we'll just, well, no, not my problem. I'm just going to carry on. Is this how you conducted yourself, dear Justinian over in Smyrna?
No. I wouldn't even let a guard get away with breaking a crime if I knew they were.
Good. Nothing seems right in this city.
Well, when you have district managers that aren't kept under check in a city this large, it would only be forthcoming for them to grab up their own power.
Agreed. I used to think that the laws were put in place to protect people. Now I don't trust law. I think that it only gives power to those that will abuse it.
I don't have true faith in Restus, yet he is the one we deal with here.
He is a means to an end. I have, or we have, or anyone should have their own personal objective and just use whatever means you have to be able to get to them. That's what I say.
We already know Caldera has been using bodies and her district to do what she wants to do.
What district is she in charge of?
The cemetery.
Whole
Whatever
section of town,
district
just
the cemetery. Yeah. Whatever district has the cemetery. That is which one.
It's in my notes, but I don't have those notes up right now.
District
That'd
7,
be
Ash Point
Ash Point.
Cemetery.
I'm sad.
Okay.
So, Marslin, are you planning on going to the academy after we're done eating?
Oh, we want to go back to the academy already. But yet, works for me. I don't have any specific agenda. I think Drisk will be happy to see us so soon.
Does anybody else want to join the two of us?
I have no reason to go back to the academy right now.
Oh, I'd rather not walk the city if I don't have to.
I'm sure Marslin would put that disc up for you to float on again. Maybe
Yeah,
make
that
the pile
won't
of
draw
dirt.
any attention. Yeah, that won't draw any attention at all.
Can all of you make a perception check?
All of us?
All of you? Yeah.
8.
Did you all just roll and the highest was a 12?
I got 17.
Hold on, I haven't rolled yet.
Natural one.
Bishop's really focused on breakfast.
He doesn't eat, yeah. I wonder how that tastes.
What's your roll,
Like big
Justinian?
It won't let me roll. I don't know what's going on.
That happens
I'll
to
just
Oz
make
a
it
lot.
an insight roll. They're the same as far as my.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it won't let me scroll down to perception. Ooh, there we go. 11.
Okay.
Wow.
So Marslin,
Yes.
let me send you a message here.
Oh, Justinian.
Yes.
So, you came to the academy for what now?
Well, as part of my duty as a city guard, when I was still with the city guard, I came across an object, and ever since I picked it up, I've started being able to do magic.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you even think about it! Don't you do it! Don't do it!
I'm not.
Marslin gets up and just starts running.
What?
Okay.
I think he's finally gone mad. Anyway, about the object. You picked up an object and it let you do magic?
Yeah, and so I just
I'm
reach my
running
hand out,
towards that.
and
Okay.
I summon my sword to my hand from upstairs in the bedroom. I just summon it to me.
Well, that's a fancy trick.
How does it come to him? Like, does he just materialize, or is he breaking doors and pieces of the house that was just fixed?
Oh, I left my door to my bedroom open, so unless there's a closed door, it's flying to me Mjolnir
So
style.
it's like
Yeah.
whatever his name is, the wizard guy from
Harry Potter?
no,
Summoning
the stupid cape on the wizard guy. I can't remember what the heck his name is right now.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. The sword just kind of flies around doors and flies into the room and into my hand.
I'd recommend keeping that in a sheath, lest you remove somebody's head as it's flying around.
That is a good idea.
Yes, I'd recommend that. You know, I'm not everybody is a fan of Krill, but I am. And if she lost her head, I would be most upset.
So is Crow like your sister, or
Excuse me.
what?
Crow is a friend. Oh,
Fair.
all of us. Yes.
She seems very invested in keeping you in particular safe.
Yes. What is keeping Marslin? Why is he just bolted for? Did we notice where Marslin went?
No.
I personally do not care.
Fair point. So, anyway,
This is
magic
not-
object summon swords. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Thanks, guys.
while that's
Something
going
that
on,
he would do normally.
while that's going on, Marsland, you walk into the front entryway and you're seeing little shreds of paper lying about. Crow has something grasped in her hand, and there's some bits of paper hanging out of her mouth. I got it, and it was coming for us, and I caught the little bird, and now it won't get away. It's a delicious treat for me.
Little bird, was there a piece of paper floating through the air?
Yes, like a bird. It was flying inside. It's...
Shut up, give me it! And I just pick Crow up and start trying to get paper. What are you doing?
She's definitely fighting against you. The rest of you hear Marsland sputtering, like when he does when a book gets tore up, and you hear like a struggle going on in the front room.
Oh, one of his books must have fallen off the shelf again. So anyway, this magic object. What is this magic object that causes you to bring this sword to you?
It's the sword. The sword is
The
magical.
sword is the object? Well, that's
Yes.
not a magic object. That's a magic sword.
A sword is not an object?
Stop with your logic.
But yeah,
So-
ever since I got this sword, I'm now casting spells, and it happens by accident. But then once I know I can do it, I'm able to concentrate and recreate it.
I will get up and walk out to the other room.
Okay, one
Find out
second.
what's going on with Marsland. It's so you touch the sword, and now you can summon it whenever you want.
Yes, and I can also cast spells. And
Because you touched the sword.
I think, I don't know. That's why I'm going to the academy. Is
Here,
I'm hoping.
touch this dagger. Okay, and I'm going to throw it across the room.
Okay,
Can you summon that?
no.
Anyway, well, it's a neat trick that you can do.
Thank you.
All right, Bishop, you walk out and you see Crow kind of cowering in a corner. She's got this piece of scroll work or something like hanging out in the corner of her mouth, and she's just glaring at Marsland, who has this torn sheet of paper. There's little shreds kind of everywhere.
I thought we were told not to mess with any paperwork or books.
We
Crow.
need to get this little one under control. This is not acceptable.
It wasn't a book. It wasn't book. It was a bird. It came in. I caught it so it wouldn't bother anyone.
Was it making any noises?
Depends. Maybe some flapping with wings.
If you think something is a threat, let us know first. Oh no. I'm going to try and cast mending on the remnants of this paper bird.
Oh my god!
Okay. You the pieces do come together. There are a few that are completely missing, and when you cast mending, like bringing the pieces together, you notice Crow gets like a weird look on her face.
Oh no.
She just and you see her pull one of these like. But it mends together, and it looks like it's a message from Drisk, requesting, when you have time, your presence at the academy.
Thank God, can I cut this one open to get the rest of the fragments out of her?
Cut, and she slides her dagger out of the scabbard on her side. Come at me, blue man.
I get between both of them. Crow, can you please go somewhere else currently? You have upset Marsland a lot.
And she slowly like backs into the hallway toward the library into the shadowed area, and you see her kind of turn and start going up the side of the wall as she disappears from sight.
It's unbelievable. Absolutely unacceptable. I can't unbelievable. Just attacking everything in the house, just willy-nilly. The papers. I can't believe the papers.
She means well.
No, she doesn't.
You have to remember where she's from.
Who just snatches a piece of paper out of the air and eats it?
I point all across the living room at the strings and bells. Do you honestly think this is from a sane person?
You admit that there's something wrong with her.
I never said there wasn't.
Can we lock Crow in the basement at least?
That is something we'll have to discuss with Oz.
And Justin, you notice this time when you see Crow, she had like these big like welding goggle things on over her eyes as she creeped back away.
Oh, so like she's got a pair of Bren's welding goggles on her tiny little head.
They're goggles, yeah.
Okay. You guys are way more exciting than anybody that I knew back home. I just gotta say.
Wait, are they back in the where we were all sitting, whatever room that was?
No, they're in the kitchen. Front room now. I thought everybody got up and came in there after.
Oh, we did? Oh, I thought we were
fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, fine. We all
Sorry,
went.
My misunderstanding.
Nope, you're good. Yep.
Roshan was so
Justinian, we
peaceful.
should go check in on whatever's going on with Moslin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Oh, hold on a second. Let me go get my deck. And I'll go pick up the deck.
Marslin's still muttering himself, and he's just shaking his head at the remnants. And he's going to walk over to the library and just make sure it's locked.
Bro, did you eat a book?
You don't hear anything from her, and the library's locked.
Cool.
Well, I thought we had that under control. What happened?
I'm going to walk straight up to Oz and shake the letter in his face. Crow ate a summoning from Drisk.
It wasn't a book.
It might as well have been.
It was just... Why would she eat a message? What? How did the message get here?
It was a paper bird. Common magic.
A paper bird?
You've seen it used before, Oz.
Yeah, but I didn't think they came out of the academy.
Why not? It can come, it can go. They send a message. It is a piece of paper harmlessly fluttering through the air.
So
to its recipient.
Why
would you attack this?
You're upset at Crow because she attacked a bird, a paper bird that came
it's not
into
the bird.
house.
It's a piece of paper.
The paper was the. I'm very confused.
Crow knows how I feel about paper.
But did you see how thick those goggles were she was wearing? I don't know how she even saw the bird.
She has a hard time seeing in the daylight. It's a long
Crow
story.
is like a cat and just attacks anything that moves.
Well, of course she is. There was survival from when she was in Old Smyrna. I said it. And I'll look over at Justinian. Yes, Crow is from Old Smyrna.
And Justinian, you have heard like people talk about Old Smyrna existing, but it's not something that you paid much attention to. It's not something you cared about, and you pretty much like it's legend. Like it doesn't really exist.
Please don't repeat that, Justinian.
Anything that you guys have said to me stays in confidence.
Oh, good. But anyways, now I'm going to go find Crow. Right. Crow, where are you? Crow.
So, was the paper summoning all of us, Marslin, or just you?
No,
Most times we have gone as a group.
We might as well continue going as a group. I get so flustered I might forget that I have other eggs in my bag.
Whatever, Crow. If you want to hide, go hide, Crow. I'll walk back. So, are you all still going to the academy?
Where's Crow hiding? Hopefully in the basement.
I don't know where she is. Probably hiding from you for attacking her for eating a paper bird.
How long are you going to search for her, Oz?
No, I just said I went basically. I went like down the hallway and then I couldn't find her, and I was like, whatever, go hide.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. So, and then I'm just coming back to resume the conversation with them.
Okay. We are really going to have to teach her to not handle other people's things.
I mean, really? I mean, it's a paper bird comes into the house. What did you expect her to do?
Oh, it's a piece of paper. It's not some lumbering troll with a club trying to break down the door.
It was something she's never seen before, and it came into her house, which she is protecting, apparently, staring at all of the strings and bells everywhere. And then something broke through, and so she attacked it.
Do you attack everything that you see? I guess actually you do attack everything you see. Never mind.
You just see Bishop's finger go up like...
Didn't you say you saw him attacking worm semen just yesterday? I mean...
It was the only way to get the egg out, and I didn't know it was semen. Well, are you all still going to the academy?
Yes.
Or what? Okay. Well, I might just join you because I've got nothing to do here except for maybe trying to calm Crow down from eating a paper bird.
Well, I guess if we're going to the academy, I need to retrieve my pet.
Your creature. Bug thing. How will you transport it?
In the glass jar.
Is there a lid?
That would be more convenient. Do we have any sort of closed containers in the kitchen? Or in the house in general?
Just use this cloth and keep it covered over it. It should be fine.
I do not want to use a cloth. I don't know what this thing can do. Is there some sort of closing container in the house anywhere that I can use?
We've got Tupperware in one of the cupboards.
What is Tupperware?
Disregard.
You know you have containers that hold various things that have lids, so like you can transfer it.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna transfer it into a closing container so I can carry it to the academy.
Okay.
Gwynton, are you coming with us?
Feel fresh.
No, I'm actually staying at the house. I'm working on something right now.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. All right. So you all leave. Gwynton, what do you got while they're traveling down?
Basically, a crappy drawing of a map, not like what Lamar and Marzin would do, with various things circled, such as the Spirit Forest, Sardines Pass, Yardish, and Journey.
Charting out like where the ingredients are or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Let's just kind of see how bad it actually is.
Where's survival? At the bottom. 16.
It's not bad. It looks good. Like, we'll say amongst the things that are in the house, you found an old map of the islands. So that makes it a lot easier for you to mark things and kind of draw it up.
Marzin would be so proud.
All right. So you'll continue working on that. The rest of you arrive at the tower after walking through the streets. People, commotion's normal. A little bit of chill in the air, and but people are going about their day to day, greeting you. And arriving at the tower, you see the two familiar-looking guards that you usually see when you're there during the day. Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. We have a summons for Drisk.
Show me your brand as you come in.
I'll show mine, holding the container.
What? I don't want to know. Don't want to know.
It is the Academy. I'm sure you've seen a variety of interesting things arrive at these doors.
Yes, I have. And you just go in?
Yeah, they're letting us in.
Yeah, they're letting you in.
I'm with them.
Usually that's not how this works. I'm with them.
He's with us.
Okay.
I was here last night. I met a bunch, the two other night shift guards. They weren't anywhere near as pleasant as you folk.
Your counterparts are not very friendly.
And maybe that's the most attentive.
They don't like the night shift.
That was quite obvious.
Oh. Were they going on a tirade?
The orcish fellow was.
Yes. I understand. Well, enjoy your time inside.
Thank you, as always. I don't think I could possibly have a bad time in here.
Stick around long enough.
Marslin's eyes grow just a little bit wider, and maybe a hint of concern, but otherwise proceeds.
Have you been in their library yet, Marcelin?
Just on the extremities of it. It is vast, to say the least.
Entering inside the temple, you notice the activity is a bit busier than before. You see a lot more members of the temple. They're browsing books. You can see them discussing various topics. There's a lot of commotion going on as Drisk comes up and stands a bit from you and just says, well, good morning.
Good morning. Did you have a good night's sleep?
No. But I trust you got my summon, or are you just here to regularly bother me?
Well, one of our companions has not seen a paper bird before and shredded it up, but was able to get enough context out of it to assume that you wanted to see at least some of us for some reason. Unclear why, though.
Yes, sorry for the noise today. It's the start of the season.
The start of the season.
Yes, every year there's a competition of sorts to identify a theorem or solution to a magical problem. The winning idea gets funded by the city of Candor's Keep for 1 year. Last year's winner was a study of crystal prism chambers and whether they could contain massive-sized creatures such as dragon and Tarask without degradation over time. The answer was no, and we remember Tarok and the brave souls who worked with him. Maybe their remains will someday be found.
Nobody stopped them beforehand. Say, that's not a good idea.
It wouldn't be a competition if there weren't casualties.
So what? But they won. But they didn't. They weren't. They were rewarded posthumously.
They won, yes, but not much money had to go out.
That seems rigged. Anyway, what is this year's competition?
I think it means that they're dead.
They are very much dead. This year, it's for each individual to come up with their own project. In fact, the meeting rooms that you also enjoy were a result of this competition. Competition breeds innovation, as you well know.
How was the winner determined?
By the most intriguing idea.
When's the last date at which we can have submissions?
The end of next week, but you may have more pressing concerns.
I was going to interrupt and say, aren't we here for another purpose, or was it to tell my dear Marslin here of the competition?
Oh, right. Was the summoning about the competition? Because I am intrigued about this. Or was it something else?
It was not.
Oh, that's not exciting. Okay. Well, do tell.
And he turns toward Justinian.
I have arranged a meeting for you with Iona Gareth, our top archaeological wizard. She should be able to answer your questions when you are ready.
Thank you. Do you guys want me to stay with you and wait, or do you want me to go ahead and break off and I'll meet you back here or back at the house later?
In the words of the people of Kandor's Keep, you do you, and we're going to continue on.
Finger bows? I mean, yeah. All right.
The rest of you...
Try not to use your magical object here. It would be frowned upon.
Understood.
Sorry, Drisk. Continue.
Yes, I'm used to it at this point. I believe more private discussions are in order. Most of the rooms are open now. If there's one you prefer, I can grab one or we can go to somewhere new.
Anywhere you are comfortable.
As you wish. Justinian, stay here, please.
All right. Will Iona be coming to get me from here, or?
I will escort you, as you are not a member here.
Fair.
And Drisk takes you over and thumbs out a book and opens it up, holds it up to Marslin first.
As you wish.
That's always so exciting. It never gets old.
Right in?
Yep.
Okay. Justinian, you haven't seen anything like this before. You see Drisk open this book, and you see Marslin reach out, and he just begins like swirling and like a tornadoes into the pages of the book and just disappears.
Okay.
Who's next?
Magic object. And then I'll jump in like I'm diving.
Okay.
Give him whatever this world's version of the finger is. As he looks back at me, it says that.
And then Bishop?
Yep. I
Okay.
just walk in.
Just calmly walks over and touches the book, pulled inside.
Yep.
After that, Drisk closes the book and sets it on the table.
Come with me.
And he beckons you.
Okay.
The rest of you. You swirl through the book as you have many times, and you find that your feet land on solid stone. You can hear the sound of small gravel crushing under your feet. Looking around you, you see vast expanses of the night sky, swirled in with purple and blue ribbons of colors that glow and illuminate the area. Weird, glowing, wisping clouds floating through the ether. You appear to be slowly drifting through an expanse, and other large stones just glide listlessly about. A small fish-like creature swims up to your face, a glowing crystal stone embedded right in its forehead. It seems to look over you before swimming away and rejoining several others that disappear into the mists. Stone stairs have been carved into the rock that you stand on, and as you begin descending further down onto this rocky surface, you see a circular area that seems to be carved out with familiar elements from these books, a stove, the pillowed seats in a circular pattern, and tables lining smooth stones of this rock. Your body feels slightly lighter here, like you could jump and drift for an eternity. And as you slowly walk down toward the circle, a massive shadow looms over the scintillating colors of pink, purple, and blue, and you look up and see the bottom of a large creature swimming through the air over the rock itself. The creature has large, wispy fins that extend out 30 feet in both directions from its bulbous, tube-shaped body. Large, hook-like teeth protrude from its mouth, laying over its dull, oil-slick-colored skin. Its eyes are a solid green, and it turns slightly as if almost to study you before slapping its two large tails together that each fan out about 100 feet. You just feel this guttural rumble shake within your body as it lets out this moan that just echoes through the emptiness.
How can people meet under these conditions? Whatever happened to just tables and chairs and a closed door?
Are you complaining about this, Oz? This is the most magnificent things have you ever seen.
You know, I experienced the same thing when I ate a mushroom out in the wild. When I unknowingly.
People actually do that? I'd only heard that in scientific tale.
What? Eating wild mushrooms? If you have nothing else to eat, that's what you do. It's hit or miss. Know your mushrooms, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you hit or did you miss?
I think I hit on that one because it was an enjoyable experience, and I'm still alive to tell it.
Behold the majesty of the Kirinai, gentle giants that can turn deadly if provoked. That one's particular name is Prosha. You see Drusilla gripping onto a large stone outcropping as she slowly makes her way toward you.
Ah, Drusilla.
How do you fare, adventurers?
How
go?
Apparently much better now that we have an audience with you.
I do enjoy our talks. I hear you bring a new initiate into my academy.
He tagged along. He had some questions here at the academy, and he's proved himself in combat and was friendly enough, so he followed along. He's a nice man.
And I know I have things for you, but are there any questions for me?
Not a question per se, but I have a gift for you.
A gift?
Yes. Here. I hold over the container.
And what will I do with what is wrong with it? And you can see it's not doing well in this environment. You bring me a young rust monster?
We found it in Old Smyrna. Do you have any interest in it?
I can't say that I do. Maybe Drisk for experiments, but it's not something. Pets aren't really my thing. I'm not much of a pet person.
So
he was
these are
supposed to drop them off as eggs, but became absent-minded.
forgot about that one. I apologize.
That would have been a bit more useful, as we could have maybe got a little more out of them, but well enough, maybe.
Is it useful at this stage to still hand over for study, or do you already know about these creatures enough?
I would have to ask Drisk. It's not really my thing.
What would happen if it got out here? I'm looking at all the rocks and the weird rock creatures everywhere.
I would imagine it would drift for a while until something found it as a food source.
So it wouldn't eat anything around here?
I think it would struggle. There's not much metal. I mean, if you get to some of the cities and things.
Oh, okay. I thought it just ate rocks and metal, but apparently just metal. No wonder they're likely to die. Look at the state it's in. It can only eat metal.
It does just eat metal. See, Bishop, is it okay if I just let it nibble on you real quick?
No, it is not.
Okay, fine.
What information do you have for us?
You'll be happy to know that Caldera has been put under surveillance and daily report thanks to your efforts. She cannot justify her actions. She has
That is good to hear.
She's also been temporarily removed from her post over Ash Point Cemetery. For the time being, as this is investigated.
That's terribly exciting. Oh, this fills me with joy.
Caldera has suggested a replacement in her absence to deal with the day-to-day, and the council has agreed. She cannot...
Is that wise to take the word from somebody who has openly betrayed?
Innocent until proven is the way of the council. And we're still working on that part, but in an effort to keep her from doing any more wrongdoings, we've allowed it.
Are we putting this person that she's nominated to take over for her under surveillance?
Some, yes. She has chosen Olston Rockfoot as her interim replacement. He comes highly recommended by her and one of the wealthy patrons of the city.
Olston who? Rockfoot?
Yes. She herself cannot currently leave the city walls while the investigation takes place and has royal guards with her at all times.
Well, at least that is putting a damper on her currently.
Yes, all thanks to you. I still am not sure if you will be summoned up to speak against her when the time comes. But... And from behind you, you hear... Sorry for my delay. Olston, yes, do you know an Olston? As Drisk trundles down the stairs, he's holding scrolls and documents and some books and lays them out on the tables while he stands beside Drusilla. Is that a friend of yours?
Yes, actually, I do, personally. No, absolutely not. He is a Frost Reaver and is responsible for the kidnapping of the villagers up north.
Kidnapping?
Yes, I did inform you that people were being taken from my village.
Ah,
and experimented
yes.
on here.
You did?
He is in charge of the group that is doing it, who is being paid by
Caldera.
It seems we can't win when it comes to Ash Point Cemetery. Do you know the district manager before Caldera was arrested as well?
No.
We have not been informed.
Yes. They were going a bit mad. It makes me wonder if something in that cemetery is turning the minds of those who watch over it.
So I use a hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
But there is a matter of concern that must be addressed, and I've asked Drisk to speak to all of you in light of your recent discoveries.
And Drisk comes forward a bit.
I could not sleep after your arrival in my chambers last night. Thanks again for that. So, I began to work on what you brought me. It does seem you arrived just in time, as the egg you brought hatched not long after you left. And we were able to place the creature in suspended animation so that we may take samples and analyze it further.
Suspended what?
We magically float something as so it cannot get its ground. It allows us to study it without worrying about it destroying things.
So it's just floating around and wiggling.
And it hates it.
Well, yeah, I don't understand, but I'm sure you've got it under control. Looking around at the environment, I'm sure you've got everything under control.
It seems that in a specific generation of these worm creatures, someone has performed testing, and we think that test subject has escaped. As these creatures reproduce and burrow, they secrete slime that mutates within their body. If they burrow close to the surface, this could infect portions of crops, and while lessened, could be what is infecting those with lesser developed immune systems.
Yes, we've seen what they've secreted. It gets hard over time, and it's used to keep the eggs in place.
That's not the same
stop
thing. If you would like information on that, we can talk.
Stop talking.
Oh, I'm very confused. I'm going to go sit down.
It's possible that this secretion can be cooked out of food at a high enough temperature. But this is a new theory we are investigating. Direct contact with these creatures could be more potent, but we haven't had any cases that we were able to directly test. But with your findings, just now we have developed a method to test for the sickness, though a cure is out of our hands still. Were any of you in direct contact with one of these creatures?
I was swallowed.
I was also swallowed. Is that direct contact enough?
This is concerning.
Oh,
If you don't mind, I'd like to take a sample from all of you. I thought this might be the case, but we should confirm.
I don't remember, but was I swallowed?
No.
Do you need me to take my pants
No,
off?
I'm good then.
Did you say, did you need to take my pants off?
No, we do not need you to take your pants off. What a strange request from... No.
He takes out
know what type of sample you need to take.
He takes out a small satchel and he sets up a series of vials, and he grabs a few empty ones and steps up to the group. He looks at you, Marsland. May I?
Be gentle.
And he takes out a small, well, it's not small. It's a decent size needle, and he kind of punctures it into your skin. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
2?
And he allows that to drip into the vial before
the wizard's dead.
Corks.
The wizard just died from a needle.
He corks up the vial and sets it into a holder on his belt, and he walks up to Oz.
I know you weren't swallowed, but just in case.
I mean, if you insist.
I do.
I'll hold out my arm.
He pierces it, 2 points of damage. And then,
I know you're different, Bishop, but may I?
I mean, I don't know what you'll get from inside of me, but I'm pretty sure that I have dried secretion. And I lift up like joints.
Ew.
well, you do have like a fluid that runs through you, right? Like that's.
Yeah, but.
So he pushes it in. You take the 2 points, and he gets a bit of it, and it's not blood like everything else. It's a different color.
I'm very curious as to how you got that needle into Bishop's arm.
This session brought to you by Pennzoil.
So he sets each vial up in a tray, and he begins adding solutions to each vial. And Oz and Marsland, your solutions turn black. Bishop, yours turns a pale yellow and starts like glowing slightly.
It's as I feared. All of you, except Bishop, have Marin's kiss. Bishop's results are something I would like to study further.
I am immune to diseases. Just
I know.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying you don't have it.
I'm guessing with the potency of the direct mutation, you'll be on an expedited timeline. I am sad to bring you such news.
Are you telling me that I'm going to die by a disease in the same fashion as Hugh did?
I can't say it's not going to happen, but in your journeys, have you found anything else that slows this destruction down?
Just what we found at Smyrna. They found... I turned to Oz. That temple you were at. What were they using?
Saloon.
What were they using to slow down symptoms?
I don't think they ever revealed what they were using.
They said they had a solution because we had
They
the
did.
ingredients.
Yes, I did.
They did. Look at the notes.
Let me look at my notes. Hold a second. Here, Marsden, you'll be happy. Look at this scroll. It's right here. It's all of my notes.
Wow, look at that.
By my estimation, unless you can find a way to slow it down, your bodies will slowly degrade, and by about 5 weeks' time, I fear the worst.
Drusilla steps up.
This is grave news indeed. I don't know what to think.
Hmm. This is disturbing.
Well, we should. Someone should probably tell Justinian.
Yes, he was swallowed as well.
What
you
about
said that you suspect somebody that was experimenting with these creatures has escaped?
we think, based on your findings, Caldera's experimentation went beyond just extracting the bile from the creatures and experimented on the creatures themselves. And we believe that one of the creatures got away.
Is there?
If I remember correctly, I believe it was hawkweed and gaffnel that the Sune temple used.
Whatever it is, I implore you to gather what you need until you can find a cure.
Didn't
Gwynton's brother pass from such an illness?
He did.
Please,
Rather quickly.
if you want to send him to be tested, but I would imagine if he was where you all were, that he will not be safe as well.
Can we turn the dial off of 11?
But it goes to 11.
It was nice knowing all of you.
Bishop's already given up.
He's gonna go back and tell Gwynton to just do our funeral rites right now and call it good.
Unfortunately, you will all die.
Anyway.
If there's anything I can do, if speed is a factor,
It is a factor.
I can arrange transport with Colton Frost. He has the fastest transportation these lands have seen and can get you where you need to go.
That is not an option for us, unfortunately.
I hope that whatever you have in mind keeps you safe. I'm guessing as time grows near, your condition will worsen.
If we find out what the experimentation was that was done on these creatures, do you think that improves our odds of reversing this?
It's
I
possible.
think finding the rest of the ingredients would be a better use of our time.
That's probably true, but tedious. We should do that.
Let me get this straight. We helped the Academy in investigating the plague. Then we in turn get the plague, and we say, go, cure yourself of the plague. Is that what I'm understanding here?
I offered to get you quick transportation, but you have refused.
Can you offer any help in acquiring these ingredients?
I can try, but what all do you need?
Well, buckwheat, Gefel, and nightshade. Anything else?
Read the notes.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. Hawkweed and Gefnol is just what Sune had said. There, I think he wasn't there. Yeah, I don't think Marsland was there when we had that big old info drop of what everything was.
Oh, was I not?
Trying to help you out. You're supposed to say yes.
Yes, I was there.
Wait, no.
No, I wasn't there.
No.
So what do you need? I can try to contract us. Maybe even have Colton acquire some. He has connections.
Why does everything involve Colton? It's go to the academy. Now go talk to Colton. You're going to die. I'm not very happy. I need to leave. I need to leave now. Drusilla, I would like to leave.
You are always more than welcome to leave.
Thank you. Then I'm going to start walking up the weird stairs.
Okay. All right. Well, you all sit and gestate on that a bit. Justinian. Thanks for that sub. Thanks for the follows. Drisk leads you down a long hallway, several doors off of the hallway itself. The place, it's weird. You've seen the outside of the building because you've been interested in the academy. You came through the door. This place seems a lot bigger on the inside than what it's supposed to be. And you haven't gone underground or anything. It's a little kind of overwhelming. But he opens a door up and leads you into a room that expands even to... It's pretty massive. Around the walls are small coves, each with like artifacts that just seem to float in the air. There looks to be many of them surrounding the room. Right in the center of the room is a large desk where you see a rather disheveled elf. She's tall and thin with brown hair that would flow around her shoulders if it wasn't being pinned up in a mess of a bun. Strands shoot out from all angles of her hair as she constantly moves it out of her face, whether she's moving it with her hand or blowing it. She has a large black-rimmed glasses that fall slightly on her nose, and her pale skin almost glows in the magical light from the torches that illuminate the room. She wears a tighter leather vest that wraps around a white long-sleeve tunic that when the sleeves are rolled up, and brown leather pants with a tool belt where you see various vials, hammers, pinchers, and her head rests in her hands as she rails out, "Drisk, I've looked over this 1,000 times. I've yet to see the correlation between Tanis Semprum and what happened on Das Khaldun. It doesn't make any sense. Tanis was abandoned years ago and is nearly 1,000 miles from Das Khaldun. There's no way they have a connection. But, this book you received from Governor's Den swears there is a link to some dark artifact and ancient armies. Oh, why do I let this get to me? There just aren't enough information on this. Who are you?"
Hello, my name is Justinian Brander.
"Sorry to bother you, Iona. I know you've been studying, but a guest of Marsland has something for you to look at, along with questions." Is it the Book of Souls? And she's looking right at you, Justinian, and she's adjusting her glasses and her hair a bit and brushing it and coming out from around the desk. Is it the Edge of Darkness? The Dawn of Eternity? Oh, don't hold back. Let me guess what you have. Tell me it's not Kraft's Book of Machinations. You found...
You said the word.
You found Galtier's blood infuser, didn't you? I knew it! I knew it! I knew it would come to me! Is it?
Nope, it's a broken sword, and I just kind of pull it out and hold it out in my hand. It's a broken longsword.
Well, that's disappointing. Let me see it.
I don't know that it's disappointing. My mother actually studied here at the academy before she moved to Smyrna, and she never saw anything like this. And so she told me that the academy would be the best place to find out what this sword is doing to me.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's doing something to you? That's your question? What are your questions? Initially, it's a sword, wonderfully intricately carved, antique design, ornate hilt, broken sword. Let me get my book! And she runs over to her table and begins thumbing through the book. What are your questions?
So, when the person that owned this sword before me asked me to protect the sword at all costs and handed it to me with his dying breath, when I took it, I've become bonded to it, and I can call it to me at any time. And it just flies at me. And
This
now
seems dangerous.
And now I can cast spells, and I've never had my mother's wizardly ability before the sword.
Well, we all can't be blessed, but... And she's just holding the hilt up, and she's flipping through this book.
And then it also did this, and I pull off my disguise in its entirety, and I wipe my face off, and I show her what I look like.
Well, that's disturbing, but...
I am a human, or at least I was a human.
If you say so, oh, right here. This explains everything! It's everything! Yes. The scroll work here. It's Sylvan, which, aha! You're in luck because I speak fluent ancient Sylvan. This is the Birchwood Blade, the Sword of Ferandis. Obviously, you know who that is, by the look of you. Big fan?
No, I have no idea.
No idea. With that. Ferandis.
What was the name again?
Ferandis, the nature servant of Sylvanus. Yes.
I have no idea.
I do believe that is correct. But, wait a minute, that can't be. Ferandis was lost a millennia ago when the sword was broken. Banished out of favor with the gods until it was restored. But if this is the blade, how did you get it?
A group of guards decided that they were going to beat a old man, and that old man was wielding this blade, and he had very similar features to me. When my fellow guards jumped him, I attempted to save his life, but I couldn't make enough of a difference. And with his dying breath, he asked me to protect the sword, and I agreed, and now this is me.
This is quite a find. How much do you want for it?
At that, I reach out my hand and just summon it back from the table into my hand. And I'm like, I can't part with this.
800 gold?
I gave my word.
2,000 gold?
I gave my word.
6,000 gold?
I gave my word.
Passionate about this, aren't you?
Yes.
But you see, we could... look around you. Look at the artifacts of untold power that rest in this room, protected and safe from the outside. It would make a great part of the collection here of the Academy. I can arrange for your membership. You can come visit it. You can have lunch with it. Whatever you like.
Until Fernandez themselves tells me that watching this blade is no longer my responsibility, I can't part with it.
Such conviction. Well, now you have a name. Maybe you can reach out to this Ferrandis and see if he answers.
Can you tell me, is the blade the source of my powers? Is Ferrandis the source?
That is not for me to decide. I'm just, archaeological. That's what I do. Source of powers, not really my thing. Did you try praying? Maybe you are a cleric of sorts now. Paladin?
I will try that.
Something? I don't know.
I
Are you sure? I mean, it's just a hilt. I sure would love it for my collection.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, disappointing indeed. I guess that concludes our conversation. I hope that you got the answers that you needed.
It is a much big step. Thank you.
Well, and you turn around, you see Drisk is gone.
Right.
It looks like your chaperone has left, so I will walk you back to the main room, and in that time, maybe we can talk about leaving it behind. Just a conversation piece. Just a conversation piece.
And I cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself look like Justinian again.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not sure why you hide yourself, but your personal business is yours to deal with.
I find that most people find my new appearance off-putting.
If you've seen some of the things I've seen, I do stay here in the tower with Drisk. It's not that bad. Not that bad. But let's go. Let's go. We can talk. Now,
Absolutely.
let me tell. Have you heard the tale of the Edge of Darkness? Let me start. A long time ago, at about 300 to 400 years ago, in Drakenval, not far from here, and she continues to talk to you about a story. The rest of you, Oz has left. Bishop and Marslin.
Here.
What do you want to do?
Is Drisk still there?
Yeah.
Drisk, do you have any interest in this? I hold up the container.
A baby rust monster. If you don't want it.
2,000 gold.
Rust monster saliva can be used for various tinctures.
If you want it, you can have it.
I'll take it. We can set it up to be milked on a regular basis until it grows too old or too weak to do so.
Treat it well, I guess. Here you go. I was going to... Well, we don't need to go into the details. I was going to remove it from this earth if you didn't want it, but I guess that's the better life.
I don't know. I've seen cows that have been milked.
Well, I should get back to my studies. I am sorry to be the bearer of such grim news.
Yeah, this will. I don't know how well I will sleep tonight, but I guess the best that we can do is put our trust and faith in science, um, and hope that these ingredients make the promised cure, or that the Academy will come round and cure us of our ailment.
Best of luck in your searches.
That's very comforting. Anyway, okay, shall we go?
Drusilla steps up. I do apologize. I never meant for any of you to be hurt.
I guess that is just the name of research. Unfortunately, many have died in its quest.
Drisk turns around.
Say, whatever you find in your investigation of my liquid, remain between those of us in this room.
I was just getting ready to ask. You don't mind if I have further research into your fluids?
As long as no one else knows where you got them from.
It's safe with me. And he pats the vial on his side.
I have made promises. They need to stand fast.
And they will. I must be going off also.
Just remember, her replacement is just as bad as she is.
I will get some guards assigned. And she steps back. Until next time, adventurers.
Thank you for being accommodating as always.
She nods.
You're so polite to the person that just told you you're gonna die in 5 weeks.
Marsland came from research. He understands this.
It would seem that everyone but me that was down there has been infected.
I never thought that I would hope to be some sort of mechanical contraption until now. Strange. Not sure if I'm envious still, but must be nice to be impervious to that kind of thing.
I've never really thought about it.
Do you have feelings?
Yes, I have feelings.
Hard to tell sometimes. I feel like I'm such an open book.
You're not wrong. We should go and at least explain what we were told here. I'm not sure Winton will take it the same way.
Yeah, this will hit a little closer to home for him. All right. Best deliver the news. Let's get out. I'm gonna head towards the exit.
Okay.
I take a moment to look out at whatever whale thing was out there.
At this point, yeah, it's pretty far out into the distance of this space. This is beautiful to you, and it's, even though the chaos of it swimming in the rocks, kind of moving around and drifting, it's calming being here.
If only more things were more oblivious to what is really going on. Then I'll follow Marsland up and out.
Okay. As you come out, Justinian is there waiting with an elven woman. Oh, I see your meeting is done, and we have not made any progress, Justinian. I wish you the best of luck, and if you ever think of partying, I'll be happy to take that off your hands.
So would you still be willing to let me have passage into the academy like these gentlemen do?
Unfortunately, not my call.
Fair enough.
I could arrange it as part of a trade, but not in this instance. Sorry.
Did Drusilla come after us out of the... Or is Drusilla already...
She's gone.
She left before you.
Okay.
Yeah, she has her own transportation out of there.
Is Oz anywhere to be seen?
Okay, on that note, Oz, you left. Where did you go?
I am exiting as swiftly as possible.
Okay, you left the tower. Where are you headed?
I am heading straight towards the floating ship in the sky.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not floating.
Wait, hold on. You guys cut out. I didn't get to hear what Oz said he's doing. I'm sorry.
He's heading toward the floating ship in the sky. It's not floating. It is docked at the Silver Docks, in town. And you would know that.
Yep.
Getting a small echo somewhere.
Oh, sorry. That's probably me. My bad.
All right. What do you want to do?
Is it still me?
Yeah.
I'm going to head over to the Silvery Docks.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let me get my notes.
No.
I haven't had to deal with the Silver Docks at all.
We're about to have a ship chase.
This is going to be bad. What are you doing, us? What are you doing?
If you want to pause until next week, you know what? I'm all right with that.
No, we're rolling. We're rolling.
All right. I mean,
okay.
You just gave the scenario has given my character a death sentence, so he is now prompted to act.
Okay. So you get up to the entrance to the dock. Surprisingly, you've been to the other docks here in town, and they're just kind of open. Everybody goes in. This is gated. This is like a gated community getting in there. And there's guards set up. There's a decent sized gate there. And as you approach, the guards just kind of stand in front of the gate. No entrance without permittance, papers.
I am Ozadolf Frost, and I am entering that ship.
And they just kind of, actually give me, I'll let you pick persuasion or intimidation, depending on how you presented it.
That was intimidation.
Okay.
17.
He's got a backup character, I think. All right. So.
Oh no.
Yes, sir. We believe Mr. Frost is inside his ship.
Good. I know my way on.
So you step inside and you walk through. This is a very nice dock. I mean, a lot of stone and marble. The docks aren't wooden. They're made out of stone. They look like they've been carved out of the rock itself. There's a variety of a lot nicer ships that are there in the dock. And then you see, hold on, I sent you the name of it. I just got to look it up.
Yeah, it's the word. Yeah, it's like the Rhine, the Rhine Maiden or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Was it the Rhine Maiden? Did I guess right? Because you told me that a little bit ago.
Yeah, I just got to get down here to it. The Rhyme Warden.
Yeah.
So
Rhyme Warden. Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the Rhyme Warden resting there, and it's not floating in the water. It's just kind of above it, and it's got a gangplank down. There's guards and there's frost reavers in front of the plank itself, and as you're moving toward it with a purpose, this hold on, all these new areas of town you guys haven't been in. this tabaxi comes walking up. It's got white fur with gray spots, and dressed in like pretty nice clothes, like old English clothes with the little ascot tie and vest. And
excuse me.
Excuse me. Now you are going to get out of my way, and I'm going to walk onto that ship. My name is Ozeldorf Frost, and I will not have anyone impeding me.
He snaps his finger, and like guards come out from anywhere.
I'm not sure you know who I am. I am Padfoot, the district manager of the Silver Docks. And I have not let you in nor out of these docks, Mr. Frost. So, I ask again, what is your purpose here?
I trained on that ship.
I'm sure
I know
you
that
did.
ship intimately, and that is my uncle residing in that ship, and I wish to speak with him because he is looking for me.
The name was what again?
Ozeldorf.
He turns to one of the guards.
Inform Mr. Frost that an Ozeldorf Frost is inquiring an audience with him on his ship.
Yes, sir.
Just gonna point out that you guys have said Ozeldorf with an L every single time I've just said.
I know.
No,
It's hard.
Ozeldorf. It's no L. It's just a weird.
Ozdolf. Yeah.
It's how I hear it. I hear Ozel.
Yeah.
The guard runs to the ship to go do that.
So, Mr. Frost, was it? Are you separated from your home? I don't remember you being part of the setup or celebration that Colton had at his gathering.
I've been traveling.
By foot?
By foot. By ship. And by carriage.
Curious.
A few moments later, the guard comes up.
Mr. Frost said, that's fine.
I'll look at Padfoot.
This way. And he takes you over. The two Frost Reavers, they're at the gangplank going onto the ship. They hold out their hand. No weapons?
Drop the halberd. Drop the javelins. I think that's everything I got, right?
You don't have the hand axes?
No, I dropped the hand axes. Yeah, I did get two.
This is like
Drop the hand axes.
Put the pistol down, the shotgun.
I'll put the brass knuckles. I'll put them on top.
They kind of pat you down, check you out, see if they can find any other weapons.
Follow me.
And they take you on board the Rhyme Warden. You know your way around, but you let them lead you. You walk to the back section, the captain's quarters. They both open the door and you walk into this intricately decorated room with gold and satin and reds all around. There's a pretty massive table in the center with map rolled out, various markers across the map. There's artifacts just kind of sealed along the side of the wall on one side. Other side is a variety of potions and different glass bottles and things. There's paintings around, and there's one rather large painting of this massive, super big tree. It looks almost like there's a city established around it. Colton has his back to you as they come in, and he raises a hand up, and the two Frost Reavers close the door behind him, and you can hear they don't walk off. They're right there.
So, the lost child returns. As a man this time, I'm guessing.
I am dying, and I require this ship. And I am willing to make you an offer, if you will allow me to rid myself of this ailment which afflicts me.
He turns around, hand on his long, spindly fingers on his chin, rubbing his pointed, graying white beard.
An interesting proposal. How do I know you won't turn on me like you did before?
Well, are you talking about when you put your hand on me inside of the tavern, or was it during our training regimen?
You
Which
must
time?
complete your training, Osdolf. You know it was your destiny. Your brother has had to step up in your absence.
Well, he seems to be doing just fine in my absence. Well, I don't care for your methods.
And he just
But
walks
I
closer
have a
to you.
need.
Each heavy step echoes within the captain's quarters, as his hands are behind his back.
So, I give you passage, and in the end, you leave your friends and come with me.
Yes.
And if you betray me, what then?
What do you mean?
Well, your death alone wouldn't be enough. If you betray me again, or go against my will, it means the death of your friends before the death of you.
I will not betray you because their lives are at stake.
But I have to have my assurances that you will not cause problems.
You have my word that I will not betray you because I wish for them to live.
One second.
Then, as is our customs, I will mark you as a deal accepted.
Fine. You will transport us to get the ingredients that we need and assist us until we have rid ourselves of this plague.
Perfect.
And I will be yours. Again.
He walks up and reaches out and holds up his pinky where you see kind of an extended nail. And he scrapes it down your forehead. You feel like this searing cold heat burn between your eyes. A deal has been made. And he walks over to a desk and he writes a bunch of stuff on a document and rolls it up.
This should get you into the Silver Docks without harassment.
And hands it over to you.
We'll be waiting, Osdolf.
When will the ship depart?
When you're ready. I'll have to get your brother.
Where is he?
He's out running errands.
I suppose we'll meet soon.
He'll be excited to hear you've returned.
Will he?
Together as family once again.
Yes, together. Again. Thank you. I will honor my part of the deal, and I hope that you do as well.
A deal is a deal.
By your leave, I will return and let my friends know.
He raises up. He claps his hands together. The doors open up.
You may go.
And as you walk out of the doors, you hear as they start to close, you hear and the doors close. The rest of you, you don't see Oz. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Well, I got my answer. So back to wait, where's Oz? Marcelin, Bishop? I thought he was with you guys.
I think Bishop's distracted. Marcelin, we can't hear you if you're talking.
I haven't. He stormed off, and I haven't seen him. He needs to stop doing this. This is getting kind of annoying.
We all knew he had a temper.
You think he just stormed back to the house?
Could have. That's the only place I would think of him to be going.
About how, now that I've made the walk a couple of times, about how far away is the house from here?
It's a decent jaunt by foot. It's going to take you an hour and a half to get there.
Okay, so about halfway home is when I'll recast Disguise Self.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. When I feel like the time's getting close, I'll repop it as we walk back to the house.
Okay, 1 second.
Hey guys, hold on, I gotta tie my shoe.
Right, yeah. All right. So,
hold on. Okay, it's verbal and somatic. Are you just casting it, or are you attempting to hide what you're doing?
No, I'm going to cast it on the way home, but when I cast it, I'm going to cast it so that I still look like Justinian, but the horns and the helmet and the schmaw disappear, and the hair turns from brown to blonde.
But you're not making any effort to hide it, though.
No, not at all. No.
Okay. So Bishop and Marcelin, you see Justinian say something, and kind of move. Marslin, you're grossly familiar with somatic components. Do something, but you don't see anything happen to him. You just see him do it.
Oh no, I'm changing a little bit.
Oh, are you okay?
Like I said, I'm making the hair go blonde, and I'm making the horn headdress disappear.
Okay,
so
I'm
going
he's
from to blonde. Yep.
He changed his look.
We would have noticed that pretty easily.
Oh yeah, you would have heard it, seen it, and saw him change.
But any reason in particular you just did that?
Yes, I am practicing my newfound magic. I got the answer I was looking for, and now I'm feeling more confident about trying out my studies.
Did the academy just teach you this?
No, I've known this spell, but I just now am feeling confident that I can do it without being any sort of mistakes happening. Like when we first bumped into each other in the cave and I accidentally created those tendrils and that pool of darkness. I'm feeling like I can actually perform the magic at my choosing now.
So what's just say, be careful while we were out. It seems that these guards are a little more scared.
Fair enough.
AFK for a second.
What do you actually look like then? Is this what you look like?
No, what I look like before is the way I looked when I was born, so this is just trying on a new face a little bit.
Wow, you looked like that when you were born. Fascinating. Does your kind
the brown
not
hair
age?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm human. I was a brunette when I was born. I was just
this makes much more sense. This makes much more sense. I got you. Okay. Are you trying to hide from somebody, or are you just looking to mix things up?
Just looking to mix things up. You know, I truly believe that none of us ever really are as open of a book as you are, Marslin, but I'm not actively hiding from somebody.
Oh, I'm not hiding at all. Interesting. Fascinating. I'm curious to see what other styles you dream up.
Well, maybe I could show you what I'm working on when we get back to the house.
Can you make your skin go blue like a Vidalcan?
I would imagine so.
Oh, that would be very cool. We could fool other people into thinking the Vidalcan numbers are greater than they are here. Then maybe we can start to get some respect.
Is Lomar a Vidalcan too?
Yep.
Okay. I thought so, but player knowledge versus character knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
you would have saw quite obvious.
Yeah.
So, Marslin, I found out that the sword is magical.
Oh, fascinating. What kind of magic can it do?
Iona couldn't tell me that, but she said that the fact that I could summon it from my hand or to my hand from wherever I left it laying last was impressive, but also dangerous, which Oz also said at breakfast.
When you summon it, will it just fly through anything in its way?
I don't know. I've only ever seen it kind of scoot around everything. I've never seen it try to go through anything.
Because that could be quite an interesting trap to set if we ever needed to. You set it to cross on the other side of the wall, and then when your target crosses by, you just go, shoop, and then shear them like a shish kebab.
That's a good idea. I didn't know you had such a tendency towards violent and fun acts.
Oh, but it's just solving a problem that's in your way. It's I guess it is a violent solution, but you get to use the tools that are at your disposal in order to overcome obstacles.
So how come you don't carry any weapons? I mean, other than the dagger.
He has a staff in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just focus for your magical abilities. I didn't realize you actually like hit people over the head with it or anything.
Oh no, I can perform. I don't prefer to use this for whacking enemies, but if my magical force feels a little bit strange, then I've been known to thwack people across the head with this every once in a while. It works.
I don't think I have ever seen you hit anyone with your staff.
Like I said, I don't prefer to do it.
I don't want it to break.
And Bishop, are your gauntlets, are they magical? Like, is that why you just punch everything?
Due to an accident.
Was it an accident?
I was saving your lives. My hands were not magical. While we were in Old Smyrna, they were cornered in a tavern, and a black ooze was about to kill them. I went a little nuts and ended up smashing it, and in doing so, lost my hands, at least the outer shells. I had to have my gauntlets replaced, and yes, these are now magical.
Oh wow, that's really cool. So you Ozzed out in that tavern.
You will come to find out that Oz and I handle things differently. I don't kill unless I absolutely have to. If I lose my temper, it is rare, but can be very dangerous. Because you guys haven't seen it, right? I've only had one.
Just one occurrence. Yep.
And it wasn't even a bad one.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. You all arrive at the house. I'll move you up there. Quentin, you hear fresh commotion from Bishop walking up the steps, Marsland, Justinian.
I'm going to shoot off to my room real quick to reapply my face.
Okay.
Physically. Yep.
Quentin, do you want to show them like what you've been doing?
Yeah, I'll show them. I'll usher them off to the kitchen table and say, hopefully you guys got some information from the academy. But I've been trying to map out what we need to find, where it is, how we might be able to get it. So you guys will see a map of the Phrygia Islands with the hang on, I set it up. The Spirit Woods Forest marked with has the. I keep scrolling in the notes, so everything keeps changing on me. Has the nightshades on it, and it says only at night. Needs moon. About 4 days to the next full moon. Sardin's Keep or Pass has the Hawkweed. I think that was that one.
What did we end up going to the alchemist and buying? I know we bought.
We bought Hawkweed. I have it in my inventory. Yeah, we bought 10 Hawkweed. So the Hawkweed's at Sardin's Pass. Gethnal is. I imagine I knew where freshwater lakes were, right?
Well, you were all in one.
So technically speaking, that must mean that we are in a freshwater ocean, right?
No.
No, we were
in because
the lake is freshwater.
Clearly feeds in from the ocean, or maybe it feeds out to the ocean.
It feeds out. It's a spring. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I wasn't sure which way it flowed, so I was.
No, that's fair.
So I have that marked with that is where we can get Gefnol, and then has a note with like either need to breathe, Bishop is okay, possibly magic for breathing underwater. And then the last thing that is marked is the Tanis Imperium for
Cinderbloom?
the Cinder Bloom.
I just heard something about Tanis.
You're not there. You're applying your makeup.
Yeah, you're putting on your
okay.
makeup. Yep.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't realize that he started while not waiting for me,
Yep.
so my bad.
Yep, no problem.
And I have like
seems that you have been busy while we are been gone.
well, we need to get ingredients. So.
We have some news as well.
We're all gonna die.
Now I would say, Justinian, you can come out and with your fresh makeup on.
Okay.
Well, largely. None of us are immortal except Bishop. We're all gonna die eventually.
In 5 weeks.
What do you mean 5 weeks?
What's going on? What about 5 weeks?
We've been diagnosed with a terminal disease that takes 5 weeks to murder everybody.
2 of the 3 of us have been diagnosed with Marin's Kiss with our encounter in the giant worm.
Oh no.
So we are assuming that all of you have been infected.
Oh, well, I guess we know who the one that wasn't infected is now.
Unfortunately, I hate to say that wasn't partially expected, considering we did go into the hole that caused Hugh to get the disease. However, is that I wasn't hopeful that we did confirm that no one else had the disease since it's been opened up.
Wait, so contact with the worm is what caused the disease?
It does appear so, and we most certainly had contact.
So we should go down and kill the rest of those worm eggs and try to kill that third worm.
With our experience, I'm going to say that is not advisable. I do not think we could take on a full-size worm by ourselves.
We might expedite our death sentence.
I do think that with Gwynton's hard work here, we definitely need to retrieve the rest of the ingredients to have a fighting chance for you.
But if we leave those worm eggs, they're going to hatch eventually. And if that's what's spreading the disease, we would just be opening up this town to contracting Marin's Kiss even more.
Dying trying to stop a disease, or dying trying to get the cure for a disease. Those are our options. I say we have a better chance finding a cure.
I vote we get the cure.
And Gwynton?
Which is more likely to happen? Get the cure to the disease for everybody and be able to stop the disease until it expires on its own once everyone starts getting immune to it.
Okay. Then I am outvoted on this one.
I get your concern. Hopefully, it does not seem that they spread. It was weeks when we first opened that hole. And the only people dying currently are people going down in that hole.
Is Marin's Kiss, this is player, is Marin's Kiss not the same as the plague that's been going around?
No, it's the same thing.
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
same
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I thought. Okay.
But your character may not have heard the name before. That's likely because it was basically just the plague.
Right. Okay.
And maybe Drusilla will have more luck prying information out of Cadella. Or what is her name again?
Caldera.
Caldera.
Yeah, Caldera. There's been a lot of names tonight, okay? I can understand the confusion with people.
Really?
I have my notes here. I just Caldera.
So I overheard something when I was at the academy, and I would like to share it with our human encyclopedia, well, Vidalcan encyclopedia over there, before I forget it.
Oh, is that me? And Lomar comes out from the back. Yes, I'm always willing to add some insight.
So there is some sort of link between a place called Tanis and a place called Dusk Khaldun, and it has to do with a dark artifact and ancient armies rising. That's all I got out of the conversation.
So, as someone who lived at Governor's Den, can I make any connections from what he just said? I'm sure there's stories about it.
You are definitely familiar with Tanis Simprum, and it's just a place you don't go. It's basically barred and restricted to even go there. You know that like it's not punishable by death, but people who try to go there don't come back.
Okay, I won't say anything then, since I don't know the connection between like armies there and artifact in Khaldun.
No, but you would know what Tanis Simprum is more than anyone.
Yeah,
like bedtime stories, scary story kind of stuff.
The Boogeyman.
Yeah. It's very much the Boogeyman place. So,
well, Justinian, I can't speak about the armies or artifacts, but I know the Tanis Imperium is not a place that anyone who lives in Governor's Den wants to go to.
Okay, I just overheard them talking about the artifact when I was with the archaeologist Iona in the academy. So I didn't know if that was something that would interest anybody or not. But I wanted to share what I found out.
Well, I'm sure wherever that connection is might come to light eventually, if it's enough that they're talking about it. But all we need from that approximate location is a flower. So the less time we need to stay there, the better.
Oz isn't back yet, right?
Well, I'm happy you said that, because as you're finishing this conversation, you hear someone walk up the stairs, and you see Oz standing in the doorway with a serious look on his face, looking at all of you. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, you son of a... Come on now. I was half expecting that one.
He was all ready. He's like, let's go. No, that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
Rude.
Whew, I was not planning on that happening.
Guys, we have passage. Quick, hop on. Let's go.
I mean, when a character spends 40 sessions trying to hide from this inevitable plot point, eventually you just kind of like, yeah, he's never going anywhere with this. We're just not going to worry about it.
No, I had things, but not anymore. So
we made an entire session take 10 minutes, and that's it.
I got to retool some things for sure.
Rip up half of your Oz notes.
Right. So, all right. Well, man, yeah, that was fun. Mean Drastin, Panda says, yeah, Mod Brew, Malfoo's mic, it's just Malfoo's on here, but I know him as Malfoo's mic. Yeah, so thanks for coming out and following us. I did put a YouTube link in there. Check out Malfoo's mic. He's in a band. So it's called Hold Fast. They do It's kind of a mix of The Cure and that style of music. It's new age. It's good. It's good stuff. So check them out. And Fanboy Tone, thanks for gifting that sub. That was great. And for all of you who hung out with us tonight and watched this happen. So yeah, this was good. So we're going to take you over to another D&D streamer. I think we're going to look, I'm looking at Blue Cottage D&D.
Yeah, they just fired up like a little bit ago.
Great. Perfect. Thanks all for coming out. We'll be back with you on Wednesday for our midweek stream. Come by, hang out, hop in, all the above. Not sure what we're doing yet, but we will be doing something. And until...
Did you know...
What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But did you know Labyrinthine is officially released?
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Okay.
Didn't we beat that game?
No, there's still like 2 chapters left or something.
Yeah. Until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon. Take care, everybody.
The end is upon us, I promise you, novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you, novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster, turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip, but I body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing a master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, willing to rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Thinking of all the ways I can top myself. On God, I can move like a devil. I hope you and your squad are ready for the last level that ends here. The end is upon us, I promise you, novices don't want no problem with me.